Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angela Braniff, and today I have a little bit of a different type of video for you. I don't normally do videos like this, nor do I even normally film with this camera and this setup and everything out here. Usually I do my whole microphone and my nice camera and everything. But today I just really wanted to sit down and chat with you guys. So let me just go ahead and get into it because I don't want to waste any of your precious time. So I put up a Q&A video, and in that Q&A video, I addressed in the beginning my frustration with everything that's going on with the pandemic and homeschooling, and how I feel like the narrative that is being pushed about homeschooling is not accurate, and that I felt like this was going to be a step backwards for homeschoolers. And a lot of people understood what I was saying, but a lot of people didn't as well. And that really made me think, because normally if people don't like what I have to say or disagree with me or whatever, I would not normally come on and like, well, let me make a video and explain myself. I don't ever do that. But my thing is that even the people who were agreeing with me, many of them were also seeming to misunderstand what I was saying. So that's where I realized, okay, even if the people, like, it's one thing for the people who hate you and just always have nothing but nasty things to say, disagree with you. Like, that's essentially their job. They've made it their mission to hate you and hate everything you say. But if people who are agreeing with you are also seeming to be agreeing with something that's not what you said or what you felt like you were saying, that's when I feel like it's pretty obvious that what you, or I in this case, was trying to say didn't come off the right way. Again, I think that people often have a difficult time addressing things when they feel like, well, it's your fault, you misunderstood what I said. You know, that's your fault, you misunderstood me. And while that is true, people will misunderstand you, and sometimes they will misunderstand you on purpose because they just want to. But I do believe that when you can see very easily that even people who are being reasonable are misunderstanding what you're saying, then maybe the way you presented it wasn't accurate. With that said, I wanted to take another opportunity to further explain what I meant. And this is really important to me because I am someone who obviously loves homeschooling. I love the idea of homeschooling. I love what it's meant for our family. There's so many things about homeschooling that I love. But I have also never been the kind of person that has thought homeschooling is better, it's best for everyone should do it. I've never thought that. I've never said that. I've never pushed that narrative on anyone. I've always been a firm believer that you as a parent have to do what you believe is in the best interest of your child, that only you can know as an individual. So it was upsetting to me to see that people were misunderstanding me and taking me that way, as if I was saying, homeschoolers are so much better. You guys think that what you're doing is homeschooling, but it's not. Like, we're so much better than you. And I just thought, like, that's not at all what I said. And I went back and listened to myself, like, that's not what I said. But I think that sometimes there's a combination. I should have rounded out better what I was trying to say. I should have brought in some of the other points. I was trying to make it quick, but that didn't end up happening. So I should have given a more full picture of what I was trying to say. And I do think there's absolutely a level of people hearing what they want to hear, right? If they want to hear that you're attacking them, especially right now, we're all sensitive, and as I like to say, have our hackles up, right? We all have our hackles up right now about different things. Essentially, all I was trying to say was that the idea that what's happening right now is the same thing as homeschooling. And the reason that idea is continuing to be perpetuated is because people are constantly posting this, saying this. People I follow are posting things, news outlets are posting things, sharing articles, sharing stories, and everyone just keeps saying, all these parents are now having to homeschool and they don't know what to do. Or parents are saying, this solidifies my decision that I never want to homeschool. I don't know how you guys do this. I wouldn't want to do this. And I think that so many homeschoolers are feeling misunderstood in the sense that we're not saying, oh, you guys just don't even know how hard it is. It's so much harder than you think. We're saying, this isn't homeschooling. Please don't think this is homeschooling. We want you to at least, even if you don't feel like you want to homeschool or whatever, we don't want you to look at us and what we're doing and think that that is what's happening right now. That like we're all just a bunch of shut-ins who never leave the house, never go anywhere, and just sit at home all day in sort of this like misery that everyone is like commiserating with, and attempt to school our kids. There's so many other things happening and at play here. The only example I can think of off the top of my head would be that imagine for a minute if your kids go to public school or private school or something of the like, that something happened and all the homeschoolers had to be shipped to your school. They all of a sudden, out of nowhere, were no longer allowed to be homeschooled and had to go into your school. At the same time, your school is on a lockdown. So things aren't happening as they normally do. You're not able to have classes like you normally are, have recess like you normally are, have extracurriculars like you normally are, no sports. And imagine that that was happening and all the homeschoolers went there, and then all the previously homeschooled kids and their parents were like, this is horrible. I don't know how you guys do this. Like, this is miserable. I am so glad that I never put my kids in public school. Like, this is a nightmare. You would feel like, wait, no. This isn't what public school is. This is a weird, very strange time that's not normal. This isn't what public school is. And you would feel like you wanted to, on some level, not defend, but sort of stand up for the fact that the perception of the school that your children go to is inaccurate. And you don't want to keep perpetuating that. That's really the only off the top of my head example I can give, is that it's not that homeschoolers are saying like, oh, you just don't understand how much work we put into this. You're not even doing anything, blah, blah, blah. No one is saying that. At least no one that I am following is saying that. All that I was saying was that I didn't like the notion that what's happening right now is homeschooling, because it's not. It's crisis schooling. And I think that you can see in the comments, and I got so many messages and stuff too, but I don't want to like out people, that even teachers, public school teachers who follow and watch my videos and stuff, parents whose kids go to public school, are leaving comments and saying like, oh my gosh, yes, you're right. This is not homeschooling. This is crisis schooling. You have this layer of stress. Even homeschoolers are not operating as normal. No one is operating as normal. So I think what homeschool families are afraid of, and the reason that I chose to say something is because I see all this chatter going on and I have this platform to be able to say something, is that what's happening now is not homeschooling. Not because you're not doing a good job and we do it so much better, because it's insanity to think that being locked in your home all the time, not being able to leave, being in a fight, flight, freeze mode sometimes, high anxiety, high stress, you have all of this going on with jobs and income and the economy. That's not the normal atmosphere in which parents homeschool their kids. I'm hoping that I explained that better a second time. So yeah, so the idea that this is in any way, any kind of normal for anyone, regardless of where you work, how you work, where your kids go to school, any of that, like none of this is normal for anyone. All right, so that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to take a second stab at expressing myself maybe a little bit better this time, as to hopefully convey the right message that I was trying to convey the first time that didn't seem to be coming across that way to some people. Again, there were some people who totally got what I was saying, and I think that, you know, people who know you, know your heart, people who've been watching my channel for a long time, they know me well enough to know that I would never come on here and act like I thought that homeschooling was superior and other people just didn't get it or weren't doing a good enough job or whatever. If you know me, you know I would never say that. So maybe it was just people who don't ever watch and clicked on the video because they thought it looked interesting and then got pissed. I don't know. Believe it or not, I do actually care about you guys. So many of you guys, the people who watch my videos and comment, I feel like we are friends. I feel like we get to know each other. I recognize you guys and your names, and I start to feel like I know you. And while I don't expect that you will agree with everything I say or everything I think, that would be a very boring world to live in. I certainly wouldn't want there to be a great misunderstanding in that way. So I felt like this was one where it felt worth it to me to take a few minutes to sit down and explain what I meant, because I do actually care about you guys and want to make sure that everyone understands what I meant to say and maybe just didn't do a good job of explaining. So hopefully that clears the air a little bit. That's gonna be it for today's video. We'll be back this week with normal videos, normal programming as usual. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, a fantastic week. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you being here, taking time to watch my videos. It means a lot to me and I'm very grateful for you. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I will see y'all again very soon. Bye.
One last ticket before it's gone.